Thank you for joining us on another episode of reDefine. I just talked to Matthew Jordan Smith, renowned celebrity and fashion photographer. I was in Seattle, he was in LA, and the whole conversation was about getting it done. With clients like Oprah and Tyra and Aretha, Matthew shares his very own butterfly effect moment and a complete walkthrough of how you can make business in any economy. Thank you so much, Matthew Jordan Smith, for joining us on reDefine.
How you guys doing? It's a pleasure being here. I'm Matthew Jordan Smith here in LA, and I am glad, happy, and elated to be a part of the show.
Can you give us a quick overview of your work, your style, your focus, you?
A quick overview. Well, it's evolved over the years. It started off in the beginning of my career 25 years ago. It started off being strictly just beauty, and it's still the base of my work. It was just cosmetic. I was shooting for Pantene, L'Oreal, Revlon, hair companies, and cosmetic companies. And it evolved into going from that to shooting celebrities for covers of magazines. And basically because of my beauty style of work. And that's still basically the big part of my work. It's evolved from that into portraits. But the base of my work has always been about capturing the essence of people and making them look beautiful. That's what I've always loved doing. And I still love doing. Making them feel beautiful first and foremost, and then look beautiful.
So what is Fashion Week next week in New York?
Yes.
What is your most favorite fashion shoot ever?
I think it's probably definitely the editorial work. I did a story with Tyra a couple of years ago where we shot in this the old Woolworth mansion. It's for Canadian Magazine. There's a whole beautiful fashion spread, and that was a lot of fun. But then there's also the times working on Tyra's top model show. I shot 4 times for the show, and those are always over the top, a lot of fun, craziness, way more than you see on TV.
Really?
Those are always fun because it's beyond just doing that commission job. It's reality TV. So those are always fun as well.
And we were talking earlier about the idea of not just waiting for business, but going out and making business, and you have done that very well. Can you tell us a little bit about your mentality behind that and what you've done, an example of a way that you've said, you know what, I'm gonna go out and make something happen?
You know, it's funny because I had a meeting today with my agent, and you're always making work happen. It's not about sitting back and waiting for the phone to ring. If you do that, you're gonna starve. You have to go out there and be aggressive and make work happen. And how you do that is you shoot what you love. First and foremost, shoot what you love. And from that. So if somebody's not hiring you to shoot, it doesn't mean that you can't get work. You'll shoot work that you love doing, and then use that as a promotional piece. You use it to have a gallery show. You submit the work to different magazines, and not just in the States, but anywhere around the world. And even today, my agent and I talked about doing that, shooting a story and sending it to a specific magazine, and then using that as a press material to send out and get more work. That's how it works. You can't sit back and wait for the phone to ring. You have to always show your best work and put it out there. And I love doing that because then you're shooting what you love. There's not an art director out there telling you what to do. You're doing what you love, and it turns into work. And you get work doing what you love doing. It's the best of worlds.
So you will say, you know what, I don't have a client paying me right now for this, but this is what I want to do. I envision it this way. I'm going to go ahead and pull it all together, including like hiring models.
Absolutely.
And getting everything together and shooting in a gorgeous location, and say from start to finish, I have no guarantees here.
There's no guarantees, period, in life. You know, you make things happen.
Yeah.
You have to first believe fully in your work, in your art. And I do. I know if I do the work that I love, I get the best models I can find, the best hair and makeup, and we get together and we have fun. We're gonna make great images. And then from there, people are gonna love it. And that's what happens. As a matter of fact, I have more fun doing that type of work than the commission work that I get. Every time I do something for myself, that's my vision, it always leads to something amazing. Always.
Oh, I love that. I love how you speak of it too, with such conviction and obvious joy.
I love it. I love photography. Like nothing else, I love photography.
If you, so take for example one of those experiences, what would be an example of something that came out of doing that? Like, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna put it together, I'm gonna submit it to magazines. What happens next? Does it get picked up? Do you finally?
Well, I have quite a few stories like that, but I'll give you one just off the top of my head. I went to an exhibit, and it's an exhibit that I didn't want to go to. I went to see this bug fair, and I'm there, I'm trying to figure out when I can leave, but then I walk into this one room, and it was filled with these beautiful butterflies everywhere. And then, like that, I had this inspiration to shoot a beauty story based on butterflies. So my head's now going, I have all these ideas popping through my brain about what to do with these beautiful colors of the butterflies. And I get back and I call my team, I call my hair and makeup person, and I tell them my idea. But they didn't experience the show. They just hear me talking about it. So I went online and I downloaded visuals of butterflies to show them the beauty and color of butterflies that you find in nature. Mm-hmm. And then I sketched out my idea so you can see what's in my head. And we got together and brainstormed and put together these great images based on butterflies. And I called the story Madam Butterfly. So then I entered these pictures. After we shot this great story of turning a model into a butterfly, I took the images and submitted to a magazine. The magazine ran the story. And then they called me also, as I got the images, they called me and said, we want to use this for the cover of the magazine. They ran it as a cover of a magazine. It was a magazine in Italy. It ran as the cover. And then I had it, the same image, actually a different image from the same shoot in a show in New York. I didn't know where it would be in the show, but I went to New York for the show, and there's this gigantic poster outside the exhibit in the gallery, and it was my image. Out of all the images in the show, they chose that image to be the poster walking into the show. So it goes on more than that. So this magazine in Europe that ran the article, I got a call from a gallery in Italy saying, we saw this article, we saw your work, we'd like to have you have an exhibit in Italy. So my first exhibit ever in Italy was based off of that. Then a year later, another gallery saw that show and they called, so I had another show in Verona. So I had two shows, a gallery exhibit, a magazine article, all from doing the work that I love. And remember, I didn't want to go to the gallery in the first place. I was compelled to go. And then once I got there, I found this inspiration that led to everything. And that's how life works. That's how photography works. You find your inspiration. You've got to get out there and get out and experience life and find your inspiration. And when you get that moment, that brief second, you go out and you put what inspires you into your work. That's why nobody can really copy your style, because your style comes from your heart and what inspires you. Mm-hmm. Once you have that, you're good to go.
Just for fun, what is one of your favorite toys that because we've been talking so much about business and vision.
Favorite toys.
Tell us about a favorite toy. Just give us a nice little shallow break from all this depth that is exhausting us. What's one of your favorite toys to play with?
My favorite toys, oh my God.
Just one. You know, okay, three.
I think every photographer is like a gadget person. We love stuff, and you know, I definitely have my favorites. One is, I'm not sure if you can even see it back there, is a beauty dish.
Beauty dish, yeah.
My Pro Photo Beauty Dish is probably one of my favorite lighting tools that I use a lot. Another tool that I like a lot is my color checker passport. I use that a lot in every shoot. My Magnum reflector, my cameras, I guess, is one of my favorite tools right now. Right now is my Sony A900. I love that camera. And one of my favorite lenses is the 85, which I think I have my body over here, yeah.
You literally surround yourself with the things you love. You're like,
it's close by
it's
all the
all
time,
right
you know?
here.
I'm a photographer. I love shooting.
I know.
I have my tools around me all the time.
Hilarious. I love it. You're like,
but even other tools. You've got to feed your soul with great information, and having great books around is essential. One of my favorite books, How to Win Friends and
Dale
Influence
Carnegie.
People by Dale Carnegie. This book has helped me immensely as a photographer, as a business person, as an artist, because you're working with people, and it's about that relationship. This book has been a big part for me. Another book that's majorly beneficial for me is part about being scared.
oh, I love this. We read the same books. I love this.
My favorite books, because we have this plan for our life and what we think it will be, but life takes over and changes everything. And this book is about the journey. And as a photographer, as an artist, we are all on this journey, and it's part of the journey not to know what's going to happen.
Thank you so much for joining us today on reDefine, and I'm excited to see more of your work.
Thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure being here, being a part of this. Thank you very, very much.
On our next episode of reDefine, we sit down with superstar photographer Chase Jarvis in his studio, and he shares some of his loves, including the Polaroid Pogo. The Pogo is an instant wireless printer that lets you share snapshots from your own digital camera or even cell phone. The zinc printing paper technology means you only buy refills of paper, no ink. The prints are 2x3s and have a sticky back so you can stick them anywhere. And the printer is sleek, stylish, and pocket-sized for seamless travel. Remember having easy access to actual photographs? They're back again.